Hello, this is Andrew from Collaborative Learning. Today's book is Nonviolent Communication by Marshall Rosenberg. If you like my work, please like it, subscribe to this channel, check the playlists, and support me on Patreon and PayPal. The links to Patreon and PayPal are included in the description to this video. First, I'll describe the contents of the book, talk about what's interesting about it, then I'll move on to what you can get out of this book. Marshall Rosenberg was a clinical psychologist that developed the concept of nonviolent communication. Nonviolent communication, or NVC, is an approach to communication based on the principles of nonviolence. It is a method designed to increase empathy and improve the quality of life of everyone involved. It softens the problems that come with disagreements. Nonviolent communication evolved from concepts used in therapy, in particular person-centered therapy. There's a large ecosystem of workshops and clinical materials about NVC, and Marshall himself was a popular instructor. In the world of nonviolent communication, there are two personalities, represented by a giraffe and a jackal. The meat-eating jackal is the violent communicator, who emphasizes dominance and supremacy. The plant-eating giraffe is the nonviolent communicator, who emphasizes emotional intelligence and compassion. Nonviolent communication holds that most conflicts between individuals or groups arise from miscommunication about their fundamental human needs, due to coercive or manipulative language that aims to induce fear, guilt, shame, and anger. These violent modes of communication, when used during a conflict, divert the attention of the participants away from clarifying their needs, their feelings, their perceptions, and their requests, thus perpetuating the conflict. NVC is a communication tool with the goal of firstly creating empathy in the conversation. The idea is that once there's empathy between the parties of the conversation, it will be much easier to talk about a solution which satisfies everyone's fundamental needs. The goal is to achieve interpersonal harmony and obtaining knowledge for better cooperation. Self-empathy is compassionately connecting with what's going on inside. Without blame, we notice the thoughts, feelings, and judgments we are having and figure out the connection with the desires we have. Receiving the other person empathically is to connect what's alive in them, in the other person, and what would make life wonderful for them. It is not intellectual, but more in the area of emotions and understanding of the heart. We don't need to have the same feelings as the other person, but we have to see their feelings. When NVC is practiced, we reject coercive forms of discourse. We do not consider things we think to be facts without carefully evaluating. We genuinely express feelings and needs. We make our requests filled with empathy. We are frank with our emotional state. We practice honest and right speech that is emotionally congruent. We listen carefully and do so without negative judgment. We treat the other as a full human being and with warmth and respect. The ultimate effect is to restore relations and create a partnership paradigm of mutual respect, rather than a revenge, ego, and fear-based paradigm of domination and competition over the other person. When people communicate violently, they waste a lot of time, have a terrible day, and lose relationships with coworkers, friends, and family. They are emotionally hurt and are often even angry. I consider Nonviolent Communication by Marshall Rosenberg to be a very important and fundamental book to learning how to improve your social life and communication ability. It is one of those concepts that should be taught in schools and in the workplace. What this book accomplishes is to make you more self-aware of the way you and other people communicate. Once your ability to analyze communication is better, you can make your own improvements so that both you and the other person can have more successful conversations. Nonviolent communication is powerful in that it stops useless arguments before they start, and it stops arguments from growing and continuing. So everyone saves a lot of time and energy and has better relationships with everyone around them. With NVC, we can better communicate our feelings, wants, and needs, all in a more efficient way, and encourage others to do as well. Everyone has a much better quality of life. I highly recommend this book. Learning how to be a nonviolent communicator is hard and can take a long time, as we all have bad habits. For me, over the years, it has changed the way I communicate. It forced me to take a good look at myself and others and improved my social intelligence. It healed me and prevented countless interpersonal drama and saved so much of my time for better things. Overall, it has significantly improved my quality of life. I rate nonviolent communication a 5 out of 5 stars. So that's what I think about nonviolent communication. Please put your thoughts and ideas in the comment section. They always make a great conversation. I hope you find my review to be informative. Thanks for watching.